You're listening to a Lost in the Groove segment.
Having good vibes with your bones and joints. Taking a trip into the groove. American groove into stoner world. Gonna
You're trying to like fucking button your shirt up right now on the fucking podcast? What are you doing? Stop being so fucking religious. Jesus.
Asshole.
Like you have to get it up all the way up to your neck? You need to get you like a shawl or something? God. Like the last episode was just like blah, 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 you know, like dick.
I can unbutton it too.
Wow. So there's no sexual innuendo included with this.
I didn't know that you were recording already. I'm like,
You complain about me not recording, and now you're complaining about me recording. Like, make up your fucking mind. Do you want me to record or
oh my
not?
god, when did I complain about you not recording?
Because, like, there was the episode that we did where, like, I was talking, and then, like, I was talking to you, and you were just, like, not responding. And then finally, like, I pressed the recording button, and you were like, well, I'm not going to say the same things twice. And I was just like, damn. A little feisty over there.
Oh.
I remember shit. I do.
Well, I'm going for a 90s vibe.
I'm going for... You can definitely see my nipples through this top. But that is the purpose. It's Calvin Klein.
Oh. Calvin
I got
Klein,
it for
I
$5.
am. I like it. I like it a
I got it
lot.
for $5. It's amazing. I feel true gay. Like, this is the gayest you will ever see me. Period. Okay?
I like the angle of it. Like I like the way that it
know.
it makes your shoulders look cool.
I know, even though I'm like suffering from like not eating properly and like terrible like gut health, period. But it kind of like makes me look bigger and stronger when I'm really not. It's amazing. Calvin Klein, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm
They are the
sorry.
brand for the gays. What?
It's kind of like see-through.
It is. Like I said, you can clearly see my nipples.
If I wasn't unemployed, I would send you more money.
For more Calvin Klein?
No, in general, I would just send you more money. My dog has like a rubber chicken that he plays with.
Yes. Did he destroy this rubber chicken?
No, he brought the rubber chicken into the room. He wants to play with the rubber chicken. It's really
Did you take out
cute.
the squeaker in there, or it's still in there?
Oh, he destroyed it. Yeah, he destroyed it himself. But
like,
yeah, there's a rubber
it's just
chicken.
like one like and like just like crushed to pieces.
Yeah, it would make a stronger sound than that. It was like a bigger rubber chicken, and it's like even more like sturdier than other rubber chickens. He keeps hearing me say the word chicken, and he's like, "Come on, aren't you gonna try and get it?"
Where's the rubber chicken?
I don't know. My headphones are like wrapped around my chair. Oh my god!
Don't like take your whole microphone with it.
Oh god!
You gotta be careful. Listen, you worked really hard to get this microphone to stay where it is.
Do you remember when I was like crying because of my microphone?
Girl. Oh my god, does that thing? Ooh, I love like the sleeves on that thing. That is very 90s.
I love this outfit. I was like, and today I wear this.
But there's something like definitely more sexual under there.
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh god, I'm rolling all over the outfit.
It's like a whole dress.
There's something going on.
What are you doing, Carissa? You're like trying to strangle yourself from the inside and out?
I feel like I'm being eaten by the ground.
No.
Like everything that's like attached to me is like getting rolled over by the chair. It's really quite a lot.
Maybe like also like just the consumption of the marijuana. You know, you like start to like
No, it's
fold
the
into the.
rosé. God damn it! It's this
Wow,
shit right here.
it's good shit though. I mean, it's getting you like it's getting you good.
Are these still quality episodes? Even if I'm
No, this
roséed
is
out.
shit. Like this is B. This is like a B movie right here. Like anybody that's made it up till now, you are definitely gay.
Oh, I mean that's a
All
good
you
thing,
straight
right?
people can go fuck yourselves. We're at the
Yeah.
gay point. You know, now that this is exclusively gay.
I feel like even if you're monogamous, straight, maybe between the two of you, try some gay stuff this month. You know,
I have a short. I have a
poke each other
story.
in the wrong places a little.
I have a story to share. I'm not going to mention any names because this was a story that was told to me. There was these two guys that they were married and they were like best friends since they were kids.
Okay.
And they had one day where they were like just sitting in the garage and they were like working on something or whatever. And like one of them looked at the other one and was like, "Do you want to fuck?" And the other one was like, "Yeah." And they did. Like, they didn't tell their wives. And from like what I was told, like I think this happened like once or twice.
I don't like lying, but teach
I
their
kind of
own.
understand where they're coming from, but like, and then I kind of looked at it from the perspective where like here you have two people that are like best friends, like they've known each other since they were younger, and like they were both kind of curious, and they both already liked each other as dudes, and they were like, if we're gonna experiment, like we're like kind of the best to experiment because like we've kind of seen it all together.
You're so horny.
What?
I said these guys just sound really horny.
They probably were really horny, but I'm just saying that was just like an
Are
example of.
these theoretical people?
No, this was so I heard this story from one of the wives.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, they knew. This was after they knew.
I
And
wouldn't
like her
like that.
and like her reaction was like what I was telling you.
It would hurt me. It hurt my feelings. If my husband fucked another man.
Okay, but like again, this is just an example of straight men experimenting. I'm sorry if it revolves around the marriage.
My suggestion is try and do your experimenting before marrying. I understand it doesn't always work that way. I understand that people in that situation need a lot of support. I totally support people in any part of their journey. I feel like
She didn't seem upset about it, to be honest.
I feel like
She seemed disappointed.
it's gonna be good to be honest with the people around you. It's gonna be good for you. It's gonna be good for you to be honest with the people around you.
But then again, I mean, there's also
usually
but then again, like I mean, I'm kind
because
of like
like
on the
what do you want long term? Like, is that it? Is it just that one guy that one time,
Yeah.
or do you want to spend your life like with a man? You know, like it's like
I don't think these guys generally want to spend their life with a man. I mean, these are guys that like generally are married.
because like I've fooled around before, you know, and it didn't mean that I wanted to spend my life with a woman, but I also wasn't like cheating on anybody.
It's the way you look at it. I mean, I think it really depends on the case and the scenario.
Yeah.
It depends on the spouses. You know, sometimes your partner will be more accepting than you think, but there will be times like, you know, where it's like, no, like you definitely, this is considered cheating. Like you had no right. You know, you should have talked to me about this before doing this. My God, there's so many angles to this too, you know?
There's a lot of different types of relationships. I feel like there's a lot of different types of relationships in straight couples. There's a lot of different types of relationships in couples in general. And maybe if you don't even want to call it a couple, that's all different types too, you know? I feel like the people involved are what makes it so different. you know? And like if you've got a more dynamic crowd of people, you're going to find a more dynamic arrangement between the people involved. I think that two extremely dynamic people can still have an extremely plain monogamous relationship, and it doesn't make
True.
you any less creative
No,
and
it
eccentric.
doesn't.
Like it's like
It
whatever,
doesn't.
like you guys are basic as hell. Like okay, cool. Or you guys are, extremely eccentric and you're open to everyone and you have everything going on for you all the time and it's like whatever. It doesn't make the person more creative. But I feel like what's important is creating an environment for yourself where you can be yourself, where you can be as creative as you need to. And you need to be open and real with the people around you in order to feel that way. I know that's a lot harder to do with different constraints, like school, if you're an adolescent. Work environments can be challenging,
For sure.
financial restraints.
Oh, yes. And it's
Yeah.
never ending. It really is. It really feels like it's never ending. But the thing is, you don't you don't necessarily need to experience anything, really. You can be the person that never experiences anything. Thing is, you can choose what you want to experience, and I kind of like to keep things carefree and open minded. I try to keep my judgment as much as I possibly can until I like finally like say, okay, like is this for me? If this is not, but it's hard to say, to be honest.
I think a lot of
Again, when did we
times,
get
like,
so deep?
trying to
Jesus.
figure out what's good for yourself, like, you have to kind of strip away a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's say somebody's trying to figure out, like, am I, and good for you for being on the right track of thinking, like, am I doing the right thing for myself? If you're like trying to break everything down, like, am I doing the right thing for myself? Like, try and strip everything away and, look at like just basic things like how much exercise am I getting? What am I eating? How much sleep am I getting? Just
Yeah,
like
these are excellent
strip it all
questions.
away, and just like look at like the basics. I swear some of the most unhappy people, like it's just like god, just start with that. I feel so much better after getting some sleep and like decent food and things like that.
It's also about mental balance and well being. What I mean by that is,
The sweater is popping.
oh yeah.
I'm gonna get really, really faded. So if I lose my train of thought like a few times, welcome to American Groove, motherfuckers.
Yeah, we've been doing
Oh,
like a
faded on my
marathon.
tobacco.
Very faded on your tobacco. I'm just saying. It is very much strange and peculiar on how we humans have this ingenuity of curiosity. Curiosity has really opened the doors to a lot of different things. When you kind of look at even people's sexuality, it's very much curiosity. You're curious about what you personally want to We're all about the artist. That is the whole purpose of this podcast, period. And you have a really valuable tool. You can share this with artists, people that are creative, someone that can enjoy this podcast and really enjoy the experience of Lost in the Groove. So, with that, let's jump back to today's episode, shall we? And that can be unique even for people that are straight.
It's like exciting.
Yeah, something
It's
you can connect
exciting.
with.
It's exciting to be like desired by something that you think is beautiful.
Very true. Holy shit, this is really good tobacco. Like I've been smoking this tobacco all day, and it hits right. What, you're not gonna talk at all? Like, I'm just gonna have to do all of the fucking talking for the next, like, 10 minutes? Is this what's happening? Are you, like, unbuttoning your shirt now? Like, what the fuck is going on? Are we getting, like, a strip scene or something? Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm making a good podcast, okay?
Opening up buttons?
Okay, fine. Fine. It will button back. It will go
Holy
back
shit.
now.
Wow.
Go
Holy
back.
shit, I caused the buttons to close. This is not a metaphor for your life. We, like, promise. Back to smoking the tobacco.
No, I thought like it doesn't matter. The buttons don't matter. They don't matter.
The only thing that matters.
Nothing really matters.
So, like, you've completely lost strain of consciousness. Like, are
That's
you...
what I was trying. I was like, let's go there.
Go where? To the moon?
Nowhere.
Nowhere. Where is nowhere?
Exactly.
You don't even know where nowhere is. What?
Exactly.
Like, we can't go there if we don't know where we're going.
Well, you asking the question points out the fact that we don't know where the fuck it is.
Oh my god.
And that's why I said exactly.
Exactly.
Where are we going?
I have no idea.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. They're gonna know. No one's gonna know. They're gonna know.
Nobody's
They're gonna know.
gonna know.
No one's gonna know. I mean, we talked about a lot about sex and sexuality and gayness in the anus and vaginas. That was a previous episode. Check that out, by the way. We talked about vagina piercings.
I would
For like
imagine
2 minutes.
that there's a lot of love making this month.
With gay people. Yeah.
In general.
In general,
Just
yeah.
A lot of sex, but also like I would think there's more gay sex happening during Pride.
Not here.
Not here.
Definitely not here. Like, not participating. I'm like dead serious. Like, I'm very much like, nah.
I mean,
Help
it
me
doesn't have
out.
to be sex. It could be anything. It could just be like, like glances.
Like getting
or-
your lips like on another man, and just like fucking French kissing the shit out of him.
Blech. Yeah. Pride in West Hollywood, like in, Los Angeles, West Hollywood, they close down the street. They have like Lizzo out there. Like they've got, like
This
all
is
these
pre
different
Lizzo, by the way.
Look at these musicians.
Pre Lizzo.
I'm kidding. I'm just being obnoxious. But like, no, I mean like everybody who's like starting out, like they'll do Pride at WeHo. And WeHo's like where people go.
Days.
West Hollywood.
That sounds like we hose. Like we do
And
hose.
it is great. You take your ass to
Shirtless.
Pink's Tacos, you go to the Abbey.
Pink's Tacos.
Pink's Tacos.
Wow, that's a great name.
Taco is usually another word for vagina. Or it used to be. It used to be kind of like an innuendo. Like a taco.
Pink's Taco.
Yeah,
You just eat the pussy.
Tacos. But
you eat it like a taco.
WeHo is really, really beautiful, but there's a lot of crazy people down there, and it can be a little dangerous sometimes as far as like there's honest to God like gun violence sometimes, but I feel like everybody should go like in general,
especially
and, like,
for
see
Pride
it.
Parade. Yeah,
it's gorgeous, like, but there's nowhere to park. It's really, really cool. I don't know how to explain. It's really good for Halloween too, but
oh yeah, especially the
I don't
gun
know
violence.
what Pride is like in New York City. Have you ever, especially the gun violence? I mean, Pride in LA is great. Like, it's wonderful. It can be dangerous, like I said, but like I said, there's a lot of really good new up and coming musicians that'll perform for free, which is really neat. It's just kind of dangerous.
I've been to only one New York Pride parade. I'm not a particularly Pride parade person. Like the one Pride parade that I did enjoy was the Jerusalem Pride parade, where
Mm,
they do a walk for the people that either I think there's a person that was killed, and then they
that's
had
awful.
like so it's kind of like you do a walk for them, and it's also like raise awareness for the community.
I wonder if that
Um,
has something to do with like why your take on like the way that we're doing pride is a little different than what other people might do, is because like in Israel maybe it's a little bit more about like the history and like commemorating people like kind of like in the way that you would like to.
yeah, and like Tel Aviv is very much the opposite. I mean, Tel Aviv is very much like they have it like very party esque, very similar to like what Miami Pride Parade is. I just I'm not a I'm an introvert. Okay, let's open up the closet fully. Like I am very much an introvert. I like to be home.
Yeah, I mean for being an introvert, you've been very you interact with me quite a lot. Um
Is that bad?
no, I'm just saying that like I feel lucky that you are not too introverted for me. Like I feel like somehow I'm not like stimulating too much, that it's, you know, like too much vibration for like your introvertedness, you
Oh, I
know?
know what you mean. Yeah, like there are people that I hang out with, and I'm just like, "Y- you're cool and all, but like, nah,
Yeah, you're just like overstimulating me, or like I feel like
you're crazy.
I need to be like doing something to like entertain you, or like, you know, like there's certain people where like you can't just like both like zone out on your switches together. You know, like it's just like, oh, what do you need from me?
Right?
I don't know. Like I'm just like, oh god.
It's very like painful too because I am the type of person that I'm not gonna lie, I need some type of substance to keep me alive, especially in like places of multiple people. And I can survive quite well and I do great. The issue that I run into the most is when is this over so I can go home, please? That is in my head.
That's just because you're tired.
I'm
Like
always tired.
that's just because you need sleep. If you had like a sufficient amount of sleep, like you'd be fine. Like I mean, I don't know that for sure, but I think it'd be worth a try. I'm just saying like I've felt that, like where it's like, you know, are we getting close to like the time where this is done so I can go to bed? It's usually like
Mhm.
cuz I'm tired. Um I mean like unless you're like trying to get home to get
Obvious,
lucky.
obvious resolution, Carissa.
What?
I'm tired.
You need more sleep. I remember a lot of times like I wanted the party to be over so that I could like pig out on food. Like I'd be like, "Okay, when do we eat a bunch of pizza and pass out?" I'd be like, "I love the part where we eat like a shit ton of ramen."
Oh my
I'd be like, "When
god.
is that part coming?"
Oh my god. I've I love those like moments of just getting like food in just like the middle of the night.
Yeah, partying and then like the food shows up at 2:30. I remember there was like a time when I was like 22 where I was like, I'm not going to eat, you know.
Hey, it's Dave, and I quickly just wanted to jump in and say if you've been enjoying the podcast and enjoying this episode, if you can leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, that'll be so greatly appreciated. Because here's the thing, someone might read that review and make the choice if they want to listen to the podcast. You get to help grow this podcast with us. How fucking cool is that? Let's jump back to today's episode.
Like at 2 in the morning anymore. Like I'm gonna take better care of my body and I'm only gonna eat, you know, like before 9 p.m. And like it was like, no, dude, you need to eat the 2 a.m. food if you're gonna stay up drinking till 2 a.m. Like, like you're not doing any favors to yourself. Like you're being less healthy. Like
I
fucking
know.
eat the garlic bread that showed up.
And honestly, like I've honestly like seen the results where I've ran into like fast food places where they're just absolutely awful, especially like at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And it's just where you wake up the next day and you're so hungry and hungover, and every little thing irritates you. The meow, the sunlight, the people outside of your
Yeah, like
apartment.
today is a trash day.
It's
Today's a
like,
throwaway day.
yeah, and it's just like I have to be at work in 3 hours. It's like
No.
shoot me in the leg, so I have an excuse not to go in.
Oh, you gotta get pride off work. You gotta get pride off work. Oh,
I gotta work, because some of us.
gotta pay bills.
Isn't it amazing that we just pay the bills and we still can't go out and party?
I don't know. I mean, like
Adults.
some people I guess can kind of like go to work hungover. I don't need to drink to party. I don't
I
know.
do.
I feel like different things entertain me now than like used to. Like I'm just in a different place in my life. Like as far as pride, like I like looking at like all of the markets and like I might see like one musical artist, but like I'm not really trying to like be in the middle of like a huge crowd. And I'm sure like we could do an entire episode about pride and being introverted. Like I feel like that's like a whole topic in itself, don't you think? Like it's
I
like
mean, for sure.
because it's like okay, like maybe it's a little bit easier to be outgoing around people that are like-minded. Like that's true, but like it's
Right.
still like it's like pride, but it's like have they created pride? This is like the craziest thing because it's like a contradiction, but it's like what is a pride activity for introverts? You know? Because it's like you do,
I've
like you
never thought about it
need,
like that.
but
No.
it's like you need like an activity for people who are introverted to like, but it's like the whole point of pride is to like connect with other people, you know, like I said, but it's like at the same time it's like what
I have
is a
an idea.
comfortable way for introverted people to connect?
Orgasm tent.
No, it's really like
No.
takes a lot of exposure, but like maybe like I don't know. I'm just saying like where are introverted people comfortable? At home.
Who knows
But it's like
where
I
the
just don't know.
introverts
Yeah,
go?
how do you make pride better for an introvert? I
How
don't
do you
know.
make pride introvert friendly?
Yeah. Or just like yeah, something along those lines. Like it's like how do you make it less like or how do you like make like a space for the introverted part? Like the introverted part of
I like
being
how you
gay.
think, Carissa. You're very detailed in your thought when it comes because honestly, like it's a good point.
I could make a company millions of dollars with this thought process.
Oh yeah,
Like,
100%.
honest to God, what am I doing sitting here with no money? I blame the United States government.
And right back at you.
Help
Got
me. Help you.
help you make a better America. Let's make America great again. 2024, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you hear this music in the background too?
I hear a little bit of it.
Yeah, it's kind of perfect for like what's going on right now.
It kind of is, This is kind of like free background music that we can have while we're
I'm
smoking the
sure it's like
tobacco.
copyright or something.
Oh, fuck that shit. I mean, like we're loud enough where we're smoking our tobacco, talking about gay shit and relationships and experiences, and still smoking the tobacco.
Who cares if it's gay?
I don't care if it's gay. I started to like figure out like even with my own sexuality where I kind of just appreciate just being with a person. And if it leads to something, it leads to something. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It doesn't really matter to me, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm way too much of a wimp. I'm
I
like, I love him.
I can't. I'm not a. It's interesting. Like I was raised with a monogamous mindset, but I'm not a very monogamous person. I
That's
don't.
okay.
No, I know
You
it's
are.
perfectly fine. I'm
I
very
mean,
much a polyamorous person.
okay. I'm into
You
it.
know, and it's interesting because it kind of changes your perspective on things as well. Because there's not so much worry and stress on example like dating and marriage and stuff like because like that stuff doesn't really matter. Like I told you this, like if I was ever going to plan on having a kid, I would have a kid without a partner. If I was financially stable, I'd have a kid. I'd be like, all
Just
right,
have a kid.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, we've talked about that.
nothing
I
wrong with
don't
a
know.
single dad raising a kid. I think I can.
I mean, yeah, I think it's great. Like, I think everybody should be able to do, whatever they feel is right, if they feel capable of it. I feel like you'd make a great dad. Um, I could totally see that. I think that, when I looked at all the pride activities, they had a lot of pride activities for families. And then they had a lot of like adult activities and they had like separated a lot of them.
Well, obviously, a lot of perverts sometimes be like, if the child section is right next to the adult section, that means it's like, hold up, no, it doesn't. Think twice.
No, I mean, I just feel like they like tried to include family friendly events this year. Like when they
Okay,
planned things, is what I'm trying to say.
okay.
They specifically made sure that like there are things that are family friendly, like craft activities, like certain things where it's like, I feel like there are certain parts of a pride festival where it's fun and it's great and it is important to just let your flag like fly hard.
Uh
And then
huh.
there's other parts of a pride festival where you can be more like family friendly about your pride. I feel like there's all kinds of different ranges of pride. And I thought that was kind of cool that like our pride like made like both. And I think there can be like everything and everything in between too. But I like that they like created like a little area that was kind of like whatever. And then it's like you as a family can decide like where you guys want to go. You want to go to both, you want to go to just one, like
You have
whatever.
options. You have options to choose where you want to put your kids, at what time, and when.
Or
The
like
adult
also
section
like
or the child section.
I would say also for like the gay people who choose that they don't want to be around kids. Like I totally understand. Like I want to go to
Oh
Pride.
yeah.
I don't want to be around like the family part of Pride. Like I just want to go and I
Uh,
want to like wear
yeah.
my black leather and like not be like around that shit. I love seeing the queens. One of our very best queens is named Champagne Showers. She's absolutely incredible. If you came to town, I would take you to see Champagne Showers.
Champagne. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce Champagne
A professional, David. A professional.
with
She
style and
is
class.
incredible. I
She's
mean,
sexy.
performed all over the world. Champagne Showers is amazing. But that,
Drag queen?
yes, drag queen, I would say is the best drag queen that I know of Des Moines, Iowa.
Did she
And
perform in Des Moines, Iowa?
yes, and I believe is from Des Moines, Iowa, but I'm gonna Google it.
Straight or gay?
I think was born as a Puerto Rican man. Um, is I mean when performing goes by she. But
Obviously.
I'm really not sure what.
The only reason why I'm asking
I don't know
is
anything about the person themselves that is the performer that is Champagne Showers, but I know that Champagne Showers is the best performer that we have had as a city when it comes to a drag queen, the absolute best.
I believe it. I believe it and I feel it.
I can't find anything on Champagne I mean, I can find a million things on Champagne Showers, but I'm like, I don't really know. Like 2014, Meet
The
the
only reason I brought it
Queens.
up was because there are actually straight drag queens, believe it or not.
I mean, Champagne
Yeah.
could, but Champagne's got a tight little body. I wonder, like, who the most poppin' drag queens are in town. I don't really
Check
know
that
these
out.
things anymore.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go down to, like, I was down at Pride today, like I told you, and saw, like, the market and stuff, but I don't really want to go down there, like, when it's popping off because it's popping off. It's just so crowded. Like I said, like, what about the introverts? Like, it's like, it can be hard to, like, I mean, I think maybe it's easier when you're like 19, 20, 21, 22. I don't know that. I hate to say anything's easier for anyone. I feel like people are always going to attack me, but like, I
They're always
feel
going to
like
attack you.
it's hard. Like, it was easier for me when I was younger to go to things like that. Like, I craved it. But now as I'm older, I'm like, I can't go to that crowd.
I know. We got
Blame
that
it on my
type,
age. I
Carissa?
don't know. Yeah, I can't even find the page that you're on anymore. Okay, there you are.
Cool.
You look like you're, like, at the spa. Like, when I can't see the rainbow. Yeah, it's so different. Like,
Yeah, it has like just on the shoulders. And
yeah,
then
when it's just like plain white. Like,
it's a cardigan.
cardigan.
Being
Tis that
classy.
time.
It is that time. I am exhausted and I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know if I'm on Earth, if I'm on Venus, if I'm on Neptune.
It's Earth, unfortunately. It's Earth. Yeah, but in a good way. I love earthy Earth. It's good.
So if you want to check out Carissa, you can find her at American Groove, at American Groove Pod on Instagram. And if you want to check out more of the podcast, you can find us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Lost. So, fags and drag. Been real. Wild.
Thank you.
Well, alright, bitches.
Peace. David's sleeping now.
Why?